what what did you find to be like the most important thing for you to look at for your school?
Hmm.
Like
Right.
I studied I looked up like about father absent fathers.
Yes.
I felt
Um,
that was negative impact for my school specifically, but not just negative fathers, just like absent parents.
yes. Yeah. So for my school, I think because right now I'm working at an international school, so I found out that
Mhm.
because the big environment is very like kind of like relaxed, it's very different compared to Chinese public school. So sometimes I
Yeah.
feel like students' discipline is not as good as the public school in China. And also like language barrier is like something I have to do like differentiation because like some people are English native speaker. Some students like English is their second language. So that's the like diversity I found out like I have to do some differentiation about it. And some students have like some like special need. So in fact, I prepared like a short PowerPoint to explain a little bit
Okay.
like diversity here. So let me see how can I share the screen. Oh, okay, here. Okay, good. Let me see. Oh, can you see it? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'll just like talk briefly about this case study. So I found this case, which is Gerard, a 10-year-old boy. He studied at international school at China. So his problem is he's kind of diagnosed as ADHD, is like kind of has some problem of his concentration. So he cannot go to the public school in China because in public school it's very strict. So
Yeah.
that's why he was kind of kicked out and he joined our school. So I'll just do like a brief introduction of his background. Like his teachers always give some like negative feedback about him. So he cannot sit in his like chair for a long time, and he sometimes disrupt other kids when we have the class, and he is like failure to do his homework. So when we talk to his parents have kind of like same concerns, and his parents didn't know like what to do to deal with him. So they only felt very frustrated, but the parents didn't know like how to deal with him. Okay, so that's kind of the
Hmm.
background. Like disruptive, out of sync, lack of productivity. And at home, his parents shared like at home, he refused to do the homework, and he didn't want to talk about his class at school. So we hope like he can, of course, like join the routine of our school, and we hope like he can finish his homework every day on time. Um,
Hmm.
so we want like develop some like system to help him and his parents. So for example, we want to have like home note system. Like we want to increase the communication between the school and the parents. So we can know like how he's doing at home. And also as a teacher, I found out like really he needs some encouragement too, because at like in the public school, he only got negative feedback. So as a teacher, I want to support him. So I sometimes say very positive words to him. And also
Yeah.
I want to give him lots of support. Okay. And
Yeah.
yes. So this is like the process. I think the biggest problem for him is for his parents have a high expectation of him because his parents thought he's very smart and he can achieve like a high score, something like this. So when communicate with his parents, as a teacher, I hope like his parents can like down to earth and lower the expectation of his academics. Okay, so what I want to like, how can I help him? Like, how can I differentiate like in this class? I think for him specifically, I want to use like a simple language because I want him understand what we're going to do in the class. So for example, I just say very, very straight directions. I don't want him to be confused. So the first thing I want to do as a teacher is like simplify my language and make him like understand easily. And then I want him to at least learn something. So I want him like have a keyword display. So we have a display at our classroom, and I hope he can have a like display at home as well. So I'll send like our keywords and what we have learned from. So we'll use Class Dojo. It's kind of like seesaw education platform. So I'll send like a keyword to his parents and ask his mom to print it out and like put it on his wall so he can have some time to learn. And also, yes, I'm using like image. So image compared to language, I think is more straightforward when communicate with children with special need. So I'll use a lot of image, and I find like a visual learning is very effective. And sometimes I want his parents to like download for example, APP, right? Like English learning or math learning, Chinese learning APP. It's kind of playing games, help him to develop his vocabulary. Okay, and also I want him to like have his peer to help him. So I don't want he kind of like very isolated from his class. So I hope like I can find his peers to help him to grow and to talk to him, play with him, and of course teach him the topic we learned every day. Okay, and just a little bit about the outcomes. So for outcomes, so luckily he began to like doing some homework at home, and he began to bring the homework, and his parents noticed that he has his homework done on time. And also he have improved like math. So also the most important thing is he is like willing to come to the school, because before he didn't want to go to school. So his father told me that every day he spent like even like 2 hours in the morning to persuade him to come to school, because he just doesn't want to come to school. But after come to like our school, and we have a lot of support for him, so he is willing to come to school. So I think that's the huge improvement for him. Yeah, and also just like some other outcomes is like I think other teachers began to make positive comments about him, which said like today he like memorized maybe 3 English words, or he is doing great in PE, like physical class. So teachers began to have like more and more positive comments on him. So basically, to conclude, I think for children who have special need in our classroom, we have to spend more time, and we have to study like his different characteristics. And also we, as a teacher, we differentiation about like how can we help him to grow as a child. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's like all I have for my case study, like differentiation. So maybe we can talk.
Yeah. So I ended up, do you want to share? Can you see me?
Yes.
Or we can, oh, so you can see me? I'm seeing. Okay.
So let me just, how can I
So
start? how can I just return the share screen so I can like I can see you, but like your box is
Go down to the bottom.
yeah. Let me see here. How can I hide maybe how can I hide the
Go share.
yeah sure okay
Just
how
go,
can
go click, and then it should say stop.
okay pause share yes okay your screen sharing is paused. Okay, so I think let me see. Okay. It, mm, resume share. Uh, oh my God, how can I? Yeah, sorry. Let me just try to figure out how to team chat. No. Meeting. Yeah, I think it's meeting.
Maybe it'll
Um,
stop the record.
new share. I think I'll just like doing share desktop so I can record the whole thing here. Yeah. Yeah, I think right now we are good.
Okay. So I still see your
Can you
case study. I see you, but I'm seeing the case study too.
okay, let me see. See case study. Do you
It's
see case study again or just no, like Zoom?
okay. I don't need to see your screen. I'm seeing your screen. Just turn
Yeah.
off the screen share.
I don't know how to turn it off. Your screen is sharing. Okay, stop share. Maybe here. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, good, perfect. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so you spoke about the parents having really high expectations,
Right.
and I feel like as well my parents have ridiculously high expectations.
Yeah. So
Um
do I.
yeah, I'm at the Sanya Foreign Language School,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm at the IB kindergarten,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kindergarten age students,
Mm-hmm.
but the parents put huge pressure on students and a huge pressure on the teachers and the school
Right.
on a basis.
Right.
The expectations are too high.
Right.
uh,
Yes. Because
and
it's
what I
a big
yeah
environment here, like I feel like a big educational environment in China is it's very so every child's parents want their children to go Harvard, to go Oxford. So at the least they have like they thought there might be like some possibility. So that's why we as a teacher we feel lots of pressure because we know only very few, the top of the top goes to that university, not everyone.
mm, yeah yeah all right.
Mm.
So can you see me? You can
Yes,
see me when I yeah
yes. We can talk
so
about like a differentiation, I think. Like how did you
yeah
find
so
that like, class like diversity?
Yeah, so for me, there's not really a lot of diversity at my school.
Mhm.
These are really the financially like elite students. It's it's pretty, the parents are not divorced. They're together, and they're not like from, most of them are from like Beijing and Dongbei, and so, but one of the things that I can say that I noticed between the students is that students, for the most part, are not being taken care of directly by their parents. Their
Mm.
parents may not be in Sanya,
Mm.
which is where I am. And they're either getting taken care of by their IE, which is, their
Like that.
little cleaning lady helper, nanny, or they're being taken care of by the the grandmother, the father's mother. And these students, the students that I feel like they're really neglected
Mm,
by the parents, but the parents are always on like watching cameras and making they're communicating about their child's education, and they're very involved with what their child's learning or not learning, but they're actually not hands on. They're very absent in their actual child's life.
mm,
And I've noticed that my students that are high performing, that are exceeding expectations, are the students that their mother and father are here living with them in Sanya.
mm,
And the students that are having behavioral problems and who are not um, meeting expectations are students whose parents are not here,
mm,
or are only here every few weeks.
mm,
So I was thinking, I don't know how I can differentiate for
mm,
them, because I don't have any students with any sort of learning disability. So I was thinking that I would need to focus more on non-cognitive skills,
mm.
like social skills and communication skills and creative thinking skills,
Right.
um, because they're not getting that in the home. They're
Mm,
just having their grandparents that are making them completely helpless.
mm,
They're not allowing them to learn how to do basic things for themselves, and they're giving them everything that they could ever ask for.
right.
So they never hear the word no.
Mm,
Or they're have an IE take care of them, and they already have some. I mean, they're too young to feel entitled, so, but they're not learning about how they're obviously superior to their IE.
mm,
So, um, yeah, it's just like how to give the children the social skills and the empathy that's necessary for them to succeed in further in their education, in their educational careers, and how to just make them like more like make sure that they know that um they don't have emotional problems in the future.
right. Yeah, it's very true because I feel like same way because my kid, so I have a kid, so my kid, he is like studying at like international school kindergarten.
Mhm.
So his classmates, his parents, because some of them not like to take care of children like at Shenzhen. Yeah, so right now I'm at Shenzhen. So lots of the kids just like take care by ayi. So I think that is a big problem because ayi is not equals to mom or dad, right? So like how to help the child to like grow like emotionally and socially is something like the child's parents should do, not IE. So I'm thinking the parents should like spend more and more time with the kid, not just focus on maybe the main reason they not accompanying with the kid is they want to earn money. But the problem is even they have lots of
Yeah.
money, if the child is not like well educated or he has some like bad habits, even you have a lot of money, you can
Yeah.
like a happy life, right? Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking like maybe we have like parent meetings, more like not parent meetings, but like fun days.
Mhm.
Like we could have more because I work at an IB school, so we should have parents come in to just be able to like give their skills, like teach a lesson about something or give resources. So I'm thinking we could do like more things like that to where like we have to have parents get involved and it'll definitely be like a save face sort of situation. Like,
Right.
oh, well, Kenny's mom was there, but you weren't there. And why is that? So that would actually force parents
Right.
to get involved.
Yeah,
So we
right.
do more like involve the parents like to come to the school more, maybe.
Yes.
Um, that could help.
Yes, and also like right now, so at my class, I have students from different nationalities. So for example, I have
Hmm.
students from the US, student from Canada, student from Korea, lots of Korean student at my class, and some Chinese students. So I also found out like students from different cultural backgrounds, that their parents have different expectations. So like let's
Hmm.
say Korean and Chinese parents are sometimes expected very high, and for Western parents like Canada or US, like American parents, sometimes they just
Hmm.
don't care about score too much. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's another like diversity I found out, maybe because it's also related to different culture. Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe you have
Yeah,
a
the
similar
cultural difference.
feeling.
And like you said, you're what?
Maybe you
Sorry.
have like a similar feeling, like maybe because maybe some students, if like your students from like Western countries, like their parents' reaction, and maybe parents like really like local Chinese parents, it's very different.
Yeah, well, because China's been closed and it's there's no more international. It was more of an international school, but now it's mostly Chinese.
Right.
So, but I see just with the expectations for me as a teacher versus the expectations for the Chinese
Mhm.
teachers is unharmonious and it causes a problem within the classroom. Again, like you're seeing like this hierarchy of like what social skills, like like what am I supposed like me as a foreign teacher, I'm getting paid um how much, like four times more maybe. I mean, I know the salary at the school is really low for the Chinese kindergarten teachers.
Mhm. Yeah.
So then we have like cooperation problem. So all the time because the Chinese teachers are resentful and so they don't want to do extra work.
Right.
Um they're not expected to. So but like there's like certain times like when I'm supposed to have office hours, but they don't want to I like they act like I can't go take my office hour or they want to give me like extra kids to like observe this week so for the portfolio so I have to do like more observations but like that's not a big deal to me. Like I don't mind doing the extra work at all. It's a problem. The problem is that when it comes to like helping with classroom management
Mhm.
and this attitude that they don't want to help me or they just want to ignore
Mhm.
when I ask them a question in front of the students um, or to help me translate.
Mhm.
This is really making the classroom environment unhealthy and uncomfortable for me. And if it's uncomfortable for me, then it's going to be uncomfortable for the students. And again, we're trying to teach them non cognitive skills.
Mhm.
So, how am I going to teach them how to behave appropriately when there's like a literal
Mhm.
clash every
Right.
day in the class? So, like, I mean, I really do think that we need to have like meetings too, um, in the school just to have like teacher like efficacy. Is that what just to like believe that we can teach the students, that we have the ability to teach the students, and that we can like collaborate and work as a team to better teach the students, not just to like get through the day, because it feels like for me a lot of the Chinese teachers are just there.
Right. Yeah.
In particular, my
From
Chinese teachers are there. They're not really trying to teach the students. They're just trying to continue with like this kind of
yeah.
corporal punishment, not even like trying to like give the reward system or give the students feedback. It's just like you better sit down, not corporal punishment, of course, because they can't do that, but the way that they're speaking to the students is not it's a form of violence as well,
Right.
you know.
It's very common. We have like kind of similar issue at my school as well, especially my previous school. Like, the Chinese teachers, they may think it's unfair only because the foreign teacher, they're like foreigners or like they have higher pay, they have a better benefits. Mm,
Mhm.
yeah, but my previous school, the principal did really good job. Like he tried to like kind of balance the gap between the foreign teachers and the Chinese teachers. Yeah. So for
Yeah.
example, he requested so everybody has like same sick leave, something like this.
Mhm.
Even we like Chinese teacher, foreign teacher has different pay amount, but at least at some part, right? They got like
Yeah,
benefit. Yeah.
there's respect, like that mutual respect, which I think really, so like if I had like my case study would be like particularly with like one little boy, Bowen.
Mhm.
He has he's very he's a gifted student. He's extremely smart.
Mhm.
He can use his creative thinking, his creative ability is much higher um compared to his other students, but he's not able to follow in the classroom. He gets distracted too easily, and he's always has a need for attention. And his mother is not there for him. She just came back to Sanya maybe like a week ago. So but for like 2 months I haven't seen his mother or his father. And so yeah, he's got his care, he's not taken care of as well either. Like his clothes are more dirty. So like, yeah, like how do I differentiate for him, because he's having behavioral problems. um so I need to be like do like more like reward system with him, and also like help him with like other put him in like more groups,
Right. So then in
like
group.
more group projects. Yeah, like more group projects, more like active like play, less like sitting down and doing like audio video, because it's not interesting to him. He has to keep moving. And also somehow we need to be able to like reach him with those social skills and those like caring skills and those communication skills that he should be building right now in preschool, that he's not going to be getting at home,
Right.
because I don't even think his IE is watching over him
Right.
properly.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a
um
remind.
so
So we
yeah,
have like
that's
4 minutes left. It shows like our room will like time left like 4 minutes. Yes. Okay. So
yeah.
we'll just go to the conclusion. Yes.
So in conclusion, I guess we both have so like I used to think, and now I think
Yes.
I used to think that social skills and non-cognitive skills were for parents only. But now I think that also the teachers have a huge responsibility for giving these non-cognitive skills to children.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me is like so I used to think that some like special need kid should go to like special education school. But now I rather think maybe it's our like teachers' goal or our teachers, responsibility to help them to grow like socially and culturally, to help them to kind of can survive in the normal environment, because in the future he will like live in the normal environment. He cannot just go special education school and then work for the rest of his whole life, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think we are good.
Okay.